What's up, guys? It's me, Technology Dude 117, and today I'm coming at you guys with a video about the ending of The Last of Us and what I thought of the game overall. Now, if you guys can't already tell by the title of this video, there's going to be a ton of spoilers for the game here, especially the ending. So if you don't want anything ruined for you and if you don't want anything spoiled, definitely click away now. So you have been warned. So let's actually get into this video, guys, and let's actually talk about the ending of the game. Now, the ending to this game was one of the most powerful endings in a game recently, and it really can be interpreted in so many other ways. Now, in the game, you basically play as Ellie and Joel, and I'm sure everybody already knows this, and the whole point of the game is to deliver Ellie to the Fireflies, which is basically a sort of militant group who's trying to save the world from this fungal infection, and Ellie is immune to the infection. She can breathe in the spores. She was actually bitten by an infected, and she is absolutely fine. So at the beginning of the game, Joel is tasked with basically delivering Ellie to the Fireflies, and he's tasked by Marlene, who I'm going to call the head of the Fireflies. I'm not really sure if she is, but she's definitely a high-ranking Firefly, and she gives Joel the task of delivering Ellie to the Fireflies so they can basically study her and come up with a cure for mankind. So basically the entire game you're fighting your way through infected, and you're fighting your way through basically post-apocalyptic America, and it's just a very neat premise. And as you're fighting and as you're progressing through the game, you really see Ellie and Joel's relationship change. It goes from sort of an awkward relationship to more of a father-daughter relationship, and the way you see this relationship grow is just incredible, and the characters really just begin to grow on you, and you really start feeling for them. And that is always something that Naughty Dog has been really good with all of their games, is making you feel connected to the characters, so you really feel connected to Ellie and Joel. So basically at the end of the game, Joel and Ellie finally make it to the hospital where the Fireflies are, and Marlene basically tells Joel that the only way to create the cure would be to basically remove Ellie's brain. Now, how this works is the fungal infection basically infects the host's brain, and it works differently in Ellie, and the only way they would be able to basically create the cure would be to extract her brain. And this is the end of the game. So Joel and Ellie have been through so much, and Joel really starts to get feelings for Ellie, and Ellie starts to get feelings for Joel, and they really get attached to each other in that sort of father-daughter relationship. Now, at the beginning of the game, Joel actually loses his daughter, and then later on he loses a good friend of his, Tess. So Joel's basically been through a lot. So when he learns of this, he does not want to give up Ellie. He basically thinks of himself and just becomes very selfish. So what he does is slaughter all of the Fireflies, kill the doctor, break Ellie out, and then on the way out, Marlene actually, stops Joel, and she's like, this is what she'd want. She would want to be the cure for mankind. And what Joel ends up doing is shooting Marlene. She's on the ground. She begs. She's like, please, Joel, let me go. And he's like, you're only going to come after her. And bam, he just kills her. And he puts Ellie in a car, and they drive off. Now, basically, he's heading back towards a town that you've seen earlier in the game. It's where his brother Tommy lives. And on the way there, he tells Ellie that there were dozens of others like her, dozens of other people immune to the cure, that there will never be a cure for this virus. And he lies to her, and he tells her that the Fireflies just let them go. And then Ellie basically asks Joel, swear to me that everything you said about the Fireflies is true. And he looks Ellie dead in the face, and he says yes, and it was just an almighty smack in the face to the player. Now, somebody made a pretty damn good point on Twitter. I can't remember exactly who it is. If it was, I would shout them out. But they said just because you're playing as somebody in a game doesn't mean they're a hero, and this is definitely the case with Joel. As I was playing, Joel throughout the game, I was actually thinking, wow, he's a pretty good guy. But then at the end, he puts, his personal emotions over you know, the world, over this cure that could save the world and get everything back on track. He puts his personal emotions, you know, in front of everything else, and that's just extremely selfish. And personally, I believe Ellie would have definitely wanted to be the cure, even if it meant her life. Now, what I was expecting at first from the ending was sort of a, you know, I'm not going to say cliched, but I'm going to say a happy ending. I was definitely expecting, you know, Ellie and Joel to go off and live their lives very happily, but that did not happen. That was not the case at all. What I thought was going to happen is Joel's going to get bit by an infected. He's going to get infected. They're going to get the cure from Ellie. They're going to cure Joel, and then Ellie and Joel will be on their way and basically just have a happy life. And that was not the case at all. Now, you kind of see their relationship change after the winter chapter of the game, because I think Ellie she basically becomes scarred. You know, she's kidnapped by this crazy cannibal guy, and at the end of the chapter, she's basically hacking away at his face, and you know, Joel comes along and he's comforting her, and after that, I think their relationship just definitely hits you know, a point of no return, because as they're walking through Salt Lake City at the end of the game, their relationship's just kind of awkward. Joel's talking to Ellie. She's not really you know, listening. She's not really responding. She's not really herself. She just doesn't seem herself. And then, you know, at the end of the game, the fact that Joel just lies right to her, that whole relationship that they've been building on, you know, trust and blood and sweat and everything they've been through, is just destroyed in that one instance. And, you know, it just has a crazy impact on the player. Now, you know, this game is definitely emotional. It's one of the more emotional games I played. There was a ton of emotional points in the game. So, you know, for this to happen at the end, it's really just a smack in the face of the player, and it's kind of hard to get over. You know, I've really just been thinking about this for the last couple days since I beat the game. I've really been sort of impacted by it, and this has never happened before with a game. You know, other than like BioShock Infinite, I've never really sat around and actually contemplated the end of a video game like this before. And you know, bravo to Naughty Dog. I think they did a fantastic job. So what did I think of The Last of Us overall? I thought it was an absolutely phenomenal game. It was by far one of the best games I've ever played, probably the best PlayStation 3 exclusive I've ever played. It's deep, it's rich, it's extremely enjoyable, it's mature, and it's just one of the best experiences I've ever had as a gamer. It is a fantastic game, and if you have never played it, and you know, you do have a PlayStation 3, you just owe it to yourself to check out this game. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's absolutely fantastic, and it definitely deserves your time and your effort, because it is just a fantastic game. Naughty Dog has outdone themselves once again, and you know, I thought The Last of Us was absolutely brilliant. The ending was brilliant, and when you do beat the game, if you haven't already, you know, it will definitely have a big impact on you, and you will definitely be thinking about it for a while. I definitely will not forget the ending of this game. For a while, I'll probably be thinking about it, you know, for a while to come. You know, I just keep saying that, but it's just left me that, you know, impacted by it. And, you know, it's just a fantastic game. Absolutely fantastic. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, you know, please do not forget to comment, rate, favorite, and subscribe. Share the video with your friends on Facebook and Twitter, and let me know down in the comments below what you guys thought of the ending of The Last of Us, and what you thought of the game overall. Take it easy, guys, and I'll see ya.